All righty, here we are. So guys, today we're going to be talking about hormones and weight loss. A lot of people say to me about hormones, or they think that it's hormonal, maybe it's their metabolism, whatever their problems are. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about those. I'm going to try and keep it as kind of top level as possible. It's not going to be a science lecture, as much as I would love to go into the details. I'm going to try and keep it as succinct as possible. So I'm going to go through a few different hormones and how it affects basically your how it affects your weight loss. And from there, we can then think about how to move forward and if any of this applies to you as well. So let me share my screen. If you've got any questions, guys, you can pop them in the chat and then I shall answer them for you. Here we go. Righty. Seen the last slide now. Okay, more people coming in. Admit. So can you guys see the screen, the presentation? Teresa, give me a nod. Thank you. Perfect. All righty. Thanks, guys. I'm going to keep this chat up so I can refer back to it. So hormones and weight loss. We've had like a ton of new members recently, so I just want to say hello, welcome. This isn't like a training that I normally do. We normally just go live, myself and Cam, but because there's like so much influx in there, I asked in a poll who wants what, and I thought, you know what, if they want hormones, let's give them hormones. Let's see what we can do. So we're going to do this mini training for you guys. So this is Cam, probably seen his face around. Okay, so let me click here. Okay, so have any of you ever said something like, I just can't lose weight and keep it off? It's my hormones, my metabolism is slow. I want to see some yeses or nos in the chat so I can make sure I'm on the right track here. All right, perfect. Thank you, guys. Yeah, so the worst thing is when you go to the doctor and you're like, hey, I'm trying to lose some weight, it's not working. Or you go to the doctor about something else and they're like, you need to lose a bit of weight. And you're like, oh, fucking thanks for that. Cheers, mate. You just cheered me up. So we think it's hormonal and the doctor's like, hey, let's do tests. Then it takes 6 months to get the tests. Then it comes back normal. So what I want you to understand here, guys, is that normal range doesn't mean that's normal for you. Okay, so for example, my heart rate sits somewhere between 35 and 50, okay, as a general resting. That is not a normal heart rate range, okay? Normal is like 60. So if I was going to, actually, I went to the doctor and he was like, oh, your heart rate's really slow. I'm like, no, that's normal. I had to do loads of tests and whatever. And then he come back and he's like, yes, normal for you. I'm like, I told you so. So just because you guys have had tests and they're within a normal range, which is like this, doesn't mean it's normal for you, okay? So make sure that if you ever go to the doctor or to like a health practitioner, that you ask questions and lead with curiosity. That's the one thing I want you to come out of this with. Know your own body and no one else can tell you like, that's not right, because you know it. Rosie says, I've read lots of people with PCOS say hormone imbalance and stop them from losing weight. Exactly. So I am going to talk about PCOS a bit later on. I'm just going to let Karen in here. Okay, so move this. So who's heard this? Just eat less and move more. You go onto like a Facebook group like, oh, I'm really struggling to lose weight. I'm on 1,200 calories. And they're like, well, you just need to eat less and move more. Who's heard that? I've heard it a million times. I hate it. I hate it, guys. This is like my bugbear, one of, when it comes to weight loss. I hate this kind of just eat less and move more. Yeah. I also hate it. Yeah, exactly. It's terrible because if you think about it, there's only so little you can eat and there's only so much you can move until you're starving and got no time to move. So this is like a really dangerous phrase. I've had people, let me pre-frame this, okay, guys? So if you're like, oh, who are you, Faye? So I'm qualified to help people with medical conditions do lots of different things, manage their conditions mostly, but then there's also, of course, like the weight loss contribution to it. So a lot of our clients come to us if they've got anxiety, depression, lower back pain, diabetes, high cholesterol, whatever it's going to be, anything, I can typically help. Okay, so I'm not going to say that I can fix everybody, but I am qualified to help a lot of people. So when I've had people come to me, I've had one girl in particular, I'm going to use her as an example. She came to me, she wanted to lose, I know it was like 4 stone or 5 stone, something like that. She went to the doctor and the doctor told her to eat less than 1,200 calories and to hit 10,000 steps a day. Now for this client, she had moved from Spain, where it is lovely and sunny, to Swansea, where it's less sunny. So, you know, even that hormonal shift there, because of the sunlight, the vitamin D, that is going to play havoc with her hormones. In addition to this, the coil that she was on was not agreeing with her. And so that hormonal shift was all over the place as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about the female sex hormones later on. But I want you to understand that just because a GP or a doctor has told you something, like the GP, the G stands for general. Okay, you go in and say, I've got a bit of a cough. They can kind of help, or they'll, you know, push you on to someone else. So just because a GP tells you to eat less and move more, please lead with curiosity and say, oh, hey, well, what about my thyroid? What about my insulin? What about my glucose levels? Like, can you help me understand these a little bit more? They'll probably say, no, just go on the pill. But, you know, I'm not going to get into that one today because that's another thing that just ticks me off. Okay, so John says, I hate being like this. Grace hates it. Jenna agrees. I've done it. It does not work. Yes, Susan, exactly. It doesn't work at 56. It doesn't work. That phrase is my biggest hang up at the moment. Yes, Hannah. I appreciate you. I appreciate where you're coming from. Okay, so guys, this is the endocrine system. And what happens in the endocrine system, you can see all these things that are lit up. These are different areas, I suppose, or nodes where your hormones are stored or secreted from. Okay, so you've got lots of them. Obviously down here, you've got the sex hormones, depending if you're a male or female, and then everything else up along the body. So there's over 50 hormones in the human body that we know of. Excuse me. And so they all do different things, but they all play a role together. So it's a bit like having like a football team or netball team or wherever you want to be. If one of them is kind of injured, shall we say, then it will knock on to another one and so on and so forth. Imagine, let's do netball because this seems to be a growing sport for women, which is great. Sorry, I'm just going to mute a couple of people here. Oops. Can't mute that one. There we go. Okay, cool. So let's say netball, okay? You are now going into a netball game and you've got the key players, the ones that everyone knows, and then you've got the backup people, second team or whatever you want to call them. So even if you've got the best team in the world, if you're playing netball indoors, fantastic. There's no wind, there's no rain, you know, there's nothing to contend with. That's your hormones in the best possible light with nothing going on in your life. As soon as you start playing netball outside, starts hammering down with rain, if you're in the UK, it's really windy, it's horrible. So one of your players is now like, I'm out, I'm not doing this. I can't do this. You've got a lot more to contend with. And so other things, you're going to drop the ball, okay? So you start to swim upstream, which means that other things are going to be off. Your goal attack, the guy or girl that shoots, she is now out. Now you've only got one goal attack, okay? Then the other people have to kind of make up this. Then maybe the other team's defense gets stronger and so on and so forth. You're going to lose. So if we can optimize each of our hormones, then it's going to play in a better field or court, and you're going to have an easier ride to try and lose weight, okay? And I will say, I am going to use the word weight as in lose weight, but really we're talking about body fat, okay? We're not necessarily talking about weight, we're talking about fat. So the hormones regulate processes in the body. including your metabolism. So the metabolism is when you convert food into energy. So calories, everyone's heard of a calorie. A calorie is a form or unit of energy. So 500 calories is 500 units of energy, just like a kilowatt or whatever other energy source there is. Don't ask me, I'm not a scientist. So it also helps with weight management, okay? I'm just gonna let Grace in here. It also helps with weight management. So again, if one or two of these things are off, everything is gonna struggle. You are gonna struggle to lose weight. So I'm gonna go through a few. I'm not gonna go through all 50 because we haven't got time. Now, you don't need to know all 50. We're gonna go through the key ones for you guys. We're gonna start with thyroid. Who here has heard of thyroid? Pop in the chat, say yes. Thyroid. Lots of people have got thyroid problems, underactive, overactive, whatever. Perfect. Pretty much everyone's heard of it. This is great. So who knows what the thyroid does before you read this? Okay. No. Exactly. This is a problem, guys. This is a problem. So people like Rachel here, who had hers taken away, and someone's mum, who is that? Just above it. Someone's mum also had it taken away. Removed. Samantha. Oh, and Samantha had it removed. Okay. So, regular metabolism, question mark. Yeah, so the thing is, a lot of the time when you go to a GP, I'm slacking them off today, guys, I apologize. If you go to GP, they're like, hey, we're gonna like sort out your thyroid, and you're like, yeah, okay, thank you. You don't have a bloody clue what's going on. You don't know why. You don't understand what the consequences are. So this is what it does. Okay, it produces thyroid hormone that regulates metabolism, and it controls the speed of the body's engine. So if you think about the body as like a car, and then the thyroid is going to be the gas and the accelerator and the brake. Okay, so it's going to either speed your body and fuel and usage up, or it's going to slow it down. So metabolism high, metabolism low, and that's what thyroid does. How does it do that? So T3 and T4 produced. I'm not going to name them because they're really long names. Okay, just call them T3 and T4. We'll be happy. So you've got T3 and T4. They are produced and secreted. So they control your temperature. A lot of you guys probably don't know that as women, our body temperature fluctuates throughout our menstrual cycle. So the week before your period, when you're starving and you're craving everything, that is actually because your basal metabolic temperature, your temperature has increased a tiny amount, but you can actually burn like hundreds of calories extra. So if you're burning more calories, you're more hungry. Okay, that makes sense, right? So it controls your temperature, digestion, that burns a ton of calories as well, but also helps with things like gut health, mood, like anxiety, depression, serotonin, all of that can be contributed to by T3 and T4. And then you've got your heart rate. We spoke about heart rate already, but if you exercise, your heart rate increases, you burn more calories, right? Now, this isn't to say, guys, keep running around, get your heart rate really high for the whole day, and you will burn 10 calories, because we don't want that. We want it to be low most of the time. And then when necessary, you want it to jump up. But if your thyroid's off, maybe this isn't going to happen. It's also going to control your energy as well. So if you feel sluggish, if you're like grunting around, it could potentially be that you've got a thyroid issue. Okay. So does that all make sense, guys? Like I said, I'm not going to go into like the nitty gritty, but I'm just trying to give you guys a taster of what you guys should know really when it comes to hormones. All righty. So the adrenals. I think adrenals are getting, maybe it's because of the people that I follow and stuff, but I feel like the adrenals are getting more shout outs, adrenal fatigue, for example. So the adrenals release cortisol, and cortisol is the stress hormone. The body doesn't know the difference between mental and physical stress. So you are driving down the road, Kid runs out in front of you, stress. Okay, that's the body, like, shit, something's going on here. You get into work on a Monday, your boss has emailed you saying we need to talk, stress. Okay, so it doesn't know the difference between like, oh my God, that's happening. Oh my God, that's happening. When you're doing a lot of HIIT training, stress, okay, on the body. So the stress going on in all of our lives. And that will impact your weight, whether it's weight loss or weight gain. Okay, so let's go back to the Stone Age to talk about how we've evolved and when we've needed cortisol and stress. Okay, so when we were back Stone Age people, when we didn't eat very much, like when we were in a state of famine, that was because maybe there was no food, because it was winter, there was no food accessible. We would start to store our, so we'd release cortisol, and then we start to store the energy that we do have as fat, because fat is energy. Yeah. So when we need it later on, we're like, okay, well, I've got some stored. It's like your savings account. You've got some stored. So, you know, when you don't get that pay rise or when the bills come in, you're like, okay, well, I've got this little bit of wiggle room I can put towards wherever I need. So your cortisol is a little bit like a stress monster. So it's like, okay, give me all of the energy, and we're going to store it unless we need it, and then we're going to throw it out. So if you've got adrenal fatigue, this can then lead to burnout. And burnout is actually when your body goes, we are too stressed all of the time. We're not releasing any more cortisol. Okay, and that's a problem because we need cortisol. Cortisol helps us wake up, and then less of it makes us go to sleep. So that is our circadian rhythm, okay, our body clock. And our body clock controls all of these hormones as well. So that's another thing that controls it. So if your cortisol is high, guys, and to be honest, most of our cortisol is high. We're stressed. We've got stressful lives. Maybe you've got kids. Maybe you've got a dog. Maybe your partner does your head in. Like, we've got stressful lives. So our body, and we haven't evolved to adapt, or our bodies haven't evolved to adapt to the minimal stress. Like, you know, your boss has emailed you, so what? It could just be a catch up. But that panic, that initial cortisol release, that's what we're used to. Okay, and that's our body's reaction to it. Fight, flight, or freeze. Okay, so the pancreas. Lots of you guys have probably heard of the pancreas, and you're like, I don't know bloody clue what it does. Okay, so there's something missing there. But anyway, when there is too much sugar in the blood, insulin comes along and is like, got a key, and it opens up your body's cells or unlocks them to store the sugar as energy. Okay, again, energy, we're going to store it. But if the stores in your little warehouses are full, then it gets stored as fat. Okay, so this is insulin is where, pancreas is where insulin is made. Okay, so if your pancreas isn't working correctly, then insulin isn't going to be produced as well as it should, or in the right order. Things like diabetes, for example, that's going to be it's going to be affecting your pancreas and your insulin. If you then continue to overeat on sugar, and this varies, okay, for me, it might be I could eat loads, and then for Sam, it might not be, can't eat any, and then Teresa could like eat in the middle. So everyone's got different ranges, like I mentioned earlier. So yeah, if you carry on eating past the storage capacity, then you're going to start storing fat. And our bodies, again, haven't evolved as quickly as our economies and our way of living, I guess, because we are now like there's sugar everywhere. Like I've got protein powder right behind me there, and it's probably got a shit ton of sugar in. I'm going to be honest. It's not mine, it's Cam's. It's probably why it's got loads of sugar in. But you know, chocolate bars, candy bars, crisps, fast food, all of these things have got added sugar in, and that's because, guys, these companies that produce foods or fast foods spend a lot of money on research and development to make it addictive. That's literally what they spend a lot of their money on. They're like, how can we make people eat more of this stuff? Okay, and that's basically what it does. They add sugar, they add bits and bobs. But yeah, sugar is added pretty much to a lot of different things now. So estrogen and progesterone. Guys, am I making sense so far? Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Who has heard of estrogen and progesterone? Cool. I want to know, guys, who is on some sort of hormonal contraception, or who has got or had PCOS, or who has got or been through perimenopause, menopause, Jamie's in the IUD, who has, yeah, hormonal contraception. There we go. So none, but yes, to PCOS. What's PCOS stand for? Polycystic ovary syndrome. That's what it stands for. Lots of people with PCOS. Look, menopause, yeah, hormonal contraceptions, yeah. So and menopause, HRT, yeah. So HRT is hormone therapy, and it will give it'll try and help balance out what you're missing, usually progesterone. So estrogen and progesterone work hand in hand. Okay, so if you've got more of one or too much of the other, you're going to have symptoms. So when it comes to your menstrual cycle, if you're not on birth control, I've got to caveat that if you're not on any hormones, if you're getting a regular natural cycle, then estrogen is going to be higher at the beginning of your cycle. And then as soon as you get, or a raise through the first half, and as soon as you ovulate, which is about midway, roughly day 14, which is when you can get pregnant, guys, it's around day 14, not day 1, not day 28, only in the middle. So estrogen rises, and then progesterone starts to rise, and they both kind of peak at ovulation. Then it comes back down. Progesterone will continue to, it'll stay high for a little bit. And then about here, the week before your period, you guys know what happens. Boom. Everything goes to shit. Like your mood, everything. Your partner's breathing really loud. Nothing goes right. You're irritable. You definitely can't have enough snacks. Like all of these things. This is because all of your hormones have gone tanked, okay? Whereas during ovulation, you're feeling strong, or you should be. This is like what you should be feeling. You should be feeling strong, powerful, confident, because testosterone is high as well then, right, guys? So we, as women, also have testosterone. And when testosterone is high, it means the freaking libido is up here, like smashing the weights, all of this kind of stuff. We are feeling on top of the freaking world. So our moods do change, but here's the big but. If you are, when progesterone kicks in, or when it should be kicking in, if the week before your period you're having terrible cramps, you're a fucking nightmare. If you can't stop eating, if you're crying every day, if it's debilitating, you can't go to work, you got a problem. Okay, this is not normal. Heavy bleeds is not normal. Anything that's going to stop you from living a day-to-day life is not normal. Go take a paracetamol, that's fine. But popping them all day for a week running up to your period, we don't want that, okay? There's an issue. We need to go and see someone about it. So if this is why it's important to know where you are in your cycle, right? So if you're on birth control, obviously you don't get the same effect. So estrogen can make you feel a little bit fluffy, a little bit like, a little bit, fluffy. Then during ovulation, because your body is like, okay, this is the time to have a baby, even if you don't want a baby, even if you don't want it, your body's like, let's frickin' go, let's do it. And this is why your libido is higher. And also things like your boobs will feel fuller, your bum will feel fuller, your lips will feel fuller. You'll just feel like, I'm a goddess. That's how you should feel, guys, all the time. But yeah, you might feel like a little bit more fluffy at the beginning. And then when progesterone kicks in, this is when your hunger increases. And like I mentioned, this is partly because of the temperature increase, right? All righty. So, buffet, I've got PCOS, which a lot of people have said in this, right? So what has this got to do with anything? Does it actually make it more difficult to lose weight? Does it stop the calorie deficit from working? No. doesn't, okay? So the calorie deficit still works. It is scientifically proven, there's been studies on it, that it does work. So PCOS can cause insulin to be thrown off. So then the insulin, do you remember I said it's got that key and unlocks the cells to store the sugar? Well, if it's got like a broken key, so it doesn't tap into the cells. So therefore, the sugar isn't stored in the cells, but instead goes straight to the main warehouse, fat. Okay, so it's easier to gain weight, but it's not impossible to lose it. Okay, I want you guys to not be like, oh, I've got PCOS, I can't lose weight. Woe is me. No, we've got plenty of girls on the program, which you've seen, that have got PCOS. They're still slaying it. And then menopause, estrogen and progesterone are like, peace out, guys, I'm leaving. So they're retired. They are retiring, which can make you gain weight, especially around the belly, because now you haven't got the estrogen and progesterone like balanced for hormonal, health and cyclical health. People often say to me, I've been tested, I'm not in menopause. Okay, this is like stressing me out now, guys. This is like really doing my head in. You can't be tested for menopause. You cannot be tested for menopause. So perimenopause starts when you start having symptoms. Okay, this could be a longer cycle, shorter cycles. One off, is going to be fine. But if it's consistent, that is when your perimenopause starts. If you don't have a cycle, maybe like you've got hot flashes and stuff. If you don't have a cycle for 1 full year, you're in menopause. That's it. That is how you know if you've hit menopause. You haven't had a cycle or period for 12 months. Then you can be diagnosed. It's not a disease. You can't really be diagnosed, but you can then be labeled, I guess, as menopausal. So I want you guys to know this and don't be like, well, the doctor's wrong. Okay, you can't be tested for it. So what about this, guys? So PCOS and menopause. Do you remember when I said this earlier on about playing netball in the wind and in the rain? It makes things very difficult. Well, these are two things that make things difficult. But you can either be the team that says, no, my goal attack isn't playing today. It's windy. We're just you guys can win. We give up. Or you could be the people like, do you know what, guys? Goal attack is out, but we need to hammer down. We need to really fix this. We need to train our asses off. We need to be really, really good with our nutrition. We need to, I don't know, wherever else. We need to do our communications. We need to make sure we are on point because we're going to freaking slay. Okay. Which one are you guys? Are you number one who's like, concede? Or are you number two, like, I'm fucking doing this? Wind or rain, I am freaking doing this. Slay. Yes, Grace. Exactly. Do it. I love it, guys. Doing it. Slaying. Yes, I love it. I love you guys. If you want, get booted out. Get booted out of the group. Sorry. Do it. Or I am now. Yeah, you are doing slaying. So let me just check if there's anything else. Oh yeah. So let me just go back here. So some of the main things, or the main thing. Okay, I'm gonna do a lovely little circle here and tie this up. The main thing that causes havoc when it comes to PCOS, menopause, general weight loss, that's about it, basically. Health, diabetes, everything. Stress. Okay, stress is the number one screwer upper when it comes to weight loss and health. You already know that cortisol is the problem there, but there's so much more that goes into it. So you guys know, if you've seen any of my trainings before or come to any of my lives, I don't like, scientifically, you should be this, because we don't live in a lab. And so our lifestyles don't allow for us to be perfect. Like I said earlier on, you know, about the menstrual cycle and how we should be feeling. Personally, or like if you do something like cycle syncing, which I can talk about another time, if you do something like cycle syncing, you should be doing like HIIT in the middle of your cycle and yoga at the end of your cycle, or the beginning, technically, when your periods do. But for me personally, when I've tried this, I've been like, sometimes in the middle of my cycle, maybe I've slept like shit. Maybe I've been really stressed. Maybe my nutrition hasn't been on point. And I'm like, oh my God, I should be trying for a personal best today, but oh God, like I just can't handle this. And then I feel like a failure because I should be at this point. I'm ovulating. I should be like, slaying. But then other times when I've tried cycle syncing around by my period where I should be like, oh, just go for a walk, do a bit of yoga. I'm like, I'm going to do it. Like, I feel like really amped up. I'm hyped. Like my nutrition's been on point. Everything's like spot on. But I'm like, oh, well, I can't do this because scientifically I shouldn't be doing it. Okay. So everybody is different. Only you guys know your body. So stress is one of those key factors that's going to make or break essentially. And for you guys that are our clients, you guys know stress is something that we bang on about all the time. And this is partly why now you understand a little bit more. Obviously, we do teach this stuff in our, with our clients, we teach them about stress and stress management and stuff. But now you can see the hormonal cycle, I guess. So how can you make sure all of these hormones are in a good spot? Guys, does this make sense, guys? Are you getting value from the training so far? Let me know. I want to see some love. I want to be hyped up. I want to be hyped up, guys. Like, give me some love. Yes. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right. Perfect. I'm glad you guys are getting value. All righty. So how can you optimize? What can you do really to optimize? Because life is never going to be perfect. There's never a good time to start. Okay. So things that you can do to fix it. You need to work on lifestyle habits. Our clients will know we bang on about sleep all the freaking time. Like, make sure you go to bed on time. Don't use your phone the hour before bed. Make sure you don't have coffee an hour and a half. We always talk about all these things. And it's the circadian rhythm, the body clock. Because again, that is what actually secretes all these hormones, right? Rachel loves sleep. She's a sleeping queen. I love learning about this. I learned about cortisol through she was a client through a piece of training, and that's what was making weight loss slow down. Balance, everything is dropping out. Yeah, Jamie messaged me the other day and was like, "I'm fixing this. I'm fixed," which is great. So yeah, lifestyle habits, things like stress management. I hate, again, just stress management one more time. A good balanced, that should be a D, nutrition. Obviously, making sure that you're eating the right amount of stuff, making sure that the insulin or your glucose levels, your sugar is in check, and the right exercises. So guys, you guys have probably been told, make sure you exercise, blah, blah, blah. And you've probably heard Tabata, HIIT, all of this kind of stuff. You're like, yay, I'm going to kill myself for 30 seconds and I'm going to recover for 10. And you're probably going to hate it. But then you're sweating. And at the end of the session, who's done this? At the end of the session, you're like, I'm sweating. I must have done a good job. I've definitely done that. I remember when I used to do CrossFit, I made terrible choices in my life, guys. But when I did do CrossFit, and it was like sweating. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to lay on the floor and make like a sweat angel. That means I worked hard. It was disgusting. Let me just check in the comments here. Susan, leave it with me. I will answer that. So yeah, making sure that you're doing the right exercises, because your exercise routine will make or break your metabolism, essentially. Lifting weights is the number one way to build muscle. Building muscle is one of the most important ways to build your metabolism. Okay, so that's a very quick overview there. And mindset. So guys, this is probably the number one thing we work on with our clients in our Zoom calls. So we have Zoom calls twice a week. And this is probably, they ask us loads of different questions. They love to put us on the spot. But mindset's probably one of the most important things we work on with our clients. Things like, I feel really guilty because I ate out yesterday. I'm like, so like nothing's going to happen. You're all good. Oh, I feel really bad because of this. I'm like, no, we don't do that. Or I need to burn off the calories that I overate. No, we do not need to do that. Okay. So mindset and things like I'm looking at you, Samantha. I can see you on the top of my screen here. I'm looking at you. He's like, I'll try and do this. This is the thing that we've been raving about the last couple of weeks. I'm going to try and hit the gym. Katie, I don't know if she's still on here, but she wasn't here, said, I'm going to try and go to the gym tomorrow morning. And then she's so conditioned. She was like, no, I'm not going to try. I'm going to hit the gym tomorrow morning. And you know what? She put a picture up earlier on that she was at the gym in the morning. It was a big deal for her. And all the girls like, yes, girl, we are so proud of you. So mindset is like one of the main things we work on with our clients. Believing in yourself. Yes, see, go Katie. Yes. Believing in yourself and knowing that you can do it. A little bit of manifestation thrown in there, guys. Grace has done her vision board today. She's like gonna get it. So yeah, mindset is like a massive thing. If you think, oh, I've got PCOS, I can't lose weight, you're not going to be able to do it. If you think, oh, I'm going through menopause, I can't lose weight, you're not going to lose weight. If you think, oh, I could probably do it by myself, I know what I need to do, but I just need to do it, you're probably not going to do it. So all of these are just excuses. Samantha, yes, you have definitely improved. You get much better believing in yourself. Yeah, so all of these are just excuses for not going all in. And a lot of the time you don't go all in because you don't believe that you can do it, or you don't want it enough. So making sure that you've got that right reasoning why, it's going to help with your mindset, it's going to help with your accountability, your motivation, and your discipline. And then obviously stress management, to just throw that one more time. I'm just going to throw that in there. Okay. So guys, if you really want to know how to do it, this is what I'm super excited about. We've never done this before, but we have created a brand new 7-day program that will tell you exactly how to balance your hormones. It's called Happy Hormones for Easy Weight Loss. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Guys, if you're a client, you're going to get in here anyway, okay? So you got access to this as always. You get access to our challenges and programs and stuff. So what do you get on this brand new 7-day program? You get access to our app to document and track your data. You get example meal planner of how to build hormone-friendly meals. You get exercises that you can do at home or the gym to build your metabolism. Remember, doing the right exercises. You got live education calls and Q&As. We can shout at you to have a better mindset, or we can love you to get a better mindset during those Q&As. Or if you've got any questions, then of course we're happy to help you. This is me and Cam normally. Daily tasks to change your mindset again and create a healthier lifestyle, because you guys always say like, I just want a healthier lifestyle, but you don't actually know how to do it, what it looks like. You just don't. You're like 1,200 calories. That's not happy. Okay. Support from wonderful coaches. I will say they are bloody fantastic. Bye, Teresa. Our coaches are wonderful. So you get the support, and you also get check-ins so you can stay accountable on this journey. So guys, if any of you have done any of our challenges before, which I think, I don't know if anyone in here has done them. If you have though, drop a little review, I don't know, a little comment to let people know how bloody wonderful it was and how it changed your freaking life. That's why I want to say like the TTC. Yes. Kind of like that. Kind of. Wonderful challenges. I did the spring and summer challenge. The best thing I did. Yes. Perfect. Thanks, guys. I'll pay you all later. So yeah, our challenges, like, people freaking love it. They get set up and then they're amped up and they're ready to go. So you guys are probably like, look, Katie did the one in October. She lost 5 pounds and she learned so much. And now she's still with us as a client. You know, as much as we try to get rid of, yeah, and Holly, yeah, I'm trying to get rid of both of you guys, and it's just not happening. TTC was amazing. Jumpstart, yeah. So that's it. This, you're not going to balance your hormones out in 7 days, guys. I'm not going to promise you that. But what you are going to do is learn to do it, so you can then implement it moving forward. Okay, it's not about getting it done in 7 days. Guys, that's not even a quarter of your menstrual cycle, okay? We can't just balance our hormones in 7 days, but we can learn how to do it and then implement it accordingly. I'm amped up for this, guys. I'm very excited, as you can tell. So if you want to do all that individually, it'd be £599 for 7 days, okay? All of those things. But I freaking love you guys. So we are going to do it for £99.99 or $25, depends it US dollars, depends on where you are. Okay, so that is the 7 day. You get everything in those 7 days, and that's what we're going to do. And guess what? It starts Monday, next Monday. Okay, so you've got a couple of days to be getting on this. Again, guys, our clients here, you've already got access to this. Don't panic. I'm going to just put everything into your app itself. Alrighty, so what have people said about your challenges before, Faye? Because I think you're full of shit. Okay, I will tell you exactly what people have said. Get your glasses on, Samantha. We'll read them out for you as well. Jenna, who is actually in this call, says, I used to think it was all about eating less and more steps. I would wake up to jogging and running. I thought it was as simple as that. I have dabbled in strength training, but never seriously. I wish I'd learned this earlier. I'm so glad I'm learning now. Lynn's, who I don't think is in this call, but says, I learned something for you guys in every post. You guys are the most holistic trainers ever. I love that. No one teaches about this stuff. It's clearly important for understanding your body, why it's doing what it does, and how you can fix and tweak it. Such a great opportunity. This girl, Lala, Carla, her name is. Mine is definitely portion sizes. Never did I think it was such a big factor. I managed to lose the same amount of weight in 1 week than I did the whole month before starting the challenge. Sam B says, this training is incredible. You don't realize what you need to know until you know it. And Vicky's in this, isn't she? Yeah, there she is. My win is realizing I lost lots of weight since October, losing more since starting the challenge, and changing my mindset is the biggest achievement. Guys, I told you mindset was a big one. I think as we're not all robots, yep, and obviously we lead busy lives, I think positives help me so much. Eating differently and more protein. So these are the kind of things people are saying about different challenges that we've run in the past. Jamie says, you guys are also the most realistic trainers I've ever had. I'm a real person, yeah. Grace says a lot how people are with you guys for such a long time. Yeah, I've had clients that have stayed still with me after like 2 years and 2 months, actually signed up in May a couple of years ago. So we love them. Okay, so I don't know why this is down here, but if you guys want to sign up for this, again, if you are a client, you do not need to do this, but let me budge this up here. If you want to sign up, you can go on to this website. We are limiting these because it's intimate, right? Intimate. You go bit.ly/7-day hormone fix, or if you're on your phone, you can simply scan this lovely QR code here, take a screenshot, or you can take a screenshot now, okay? Use your partner's phone to then scan it and use their bank account to pay for it, okay? Then maybe that's a good tip. So that's how you sign up, guys. So take a little screenshot here. We are going to limit the spaces. Obviously, we don't limit for our clients. All of those are always welcome. But the rest of you guys, riffraff, we have to filter out, okay? We can't have all the riffraff in there. Holly, I'm constantly trying to figure out financially how to stay with you guys for longer than I've already budgeted for. I'm even considering my current predicament. So Holly's unfortunately facing redundancy, but she is now turning to OnlyFans too. Just kidding. I have a good question, but I'll message you about it. Okay, no worries, Susan. Oh yeah, Susan, your question about let's move on. Any questions? There we go. Okay, so Susan had a question about HIIT. Susan, if you could repost that question into the group, because there's a lot of here we go. My question is, would decreasing my weekly 4 HIIT classes be too many in lieu of adding more strength training? No. So if you're currently already doing like HIIT, which a lot of you guys probably are, HIIT training, spin, boot camp, circuits, TRX, kettlebells, if you're doing anything like that, that's cardio. I don't care what they tell you, it's cardio, okay? If you're breathing out your fucking arse, it's cardio. So you need to, if you're running and stuff, you need to decrease it slowly. So if you're doing like all of this stuff, you need to slowly decrease it. You can't just go from this to this. You could, but you'd gain weight quite quickly, which is fine if you mentally are sound enough to be like, okay, I know it's going to come back off. Okay. But it takes time. Or you do it slowly, so chip away at it. And then you get to the same point. So it varies. But yeah, slowly, something to do with a monkey. Cardio is evil. It is, Grace. Ruins people's lives. Okay, just to pre-frame this. So cardio is healthy. Usually it's good for you. Usually it's good for your cardiovascular health. But if you're relying on it for weight loss, it's pointless. Because let's say, I'm on a tangent. Remember I said it'd be 20 minutes, 50 minutes in. So when you are running, let's say you do a 30-minute run, you burn 300 calories, right? Just as an average. When you get better at this, in the 30 minutes, now you're only burning 250 calories. So your deficit is decreased by 50. Then you get better and better and better. Now you're burning 200 calories. You're 100 calorie less of your deficit. Then you get better to 150 calories. So now you're burning half the amount of calories in the same amount of time. What are your options? Eat 150 calories less. No one wants to do that. Or run for double the amount of time. Also, no one wants to do that, okay? Unless you're weird. So cardio, your body adapts to it. Whereas with strength training, if you're like lifting, it takes you 45 minutes or wherever, right? Then you're like, okay, well, now I'm used to this weight. My body has adapted. Let's just bump the weight up. Same amount of time, just a higher weight. Okay, so that's why, part of the reason why strength training is better. So guys, that is it. That is all I've got to give you tonight. Does anybody have any questions? I appreciate you joining me and sticking with me. For those of you that have any questions that I can possibly answer here, I'll try my very best. Oh, you're ready for bed. No worries, Rosalind. You're welcome. What I'm going to do, guys, is if you have any questions, you can post them in the Busy Women's group. Or if you're a client, obviously you can post in the private group, and I'll answer that. Thank you. Can't wait for next week's challenge. Would there be a better contraception to keep your hormones more balanced? No worries, Hannah. Okay, so I'm not a doctor. Okay, I can't prescribe things. But if you're asking me my personal experience, I use an app called Natural Cycles, and it is FDA approved, which doesn't always mean a lot, but they do a lot of cool things with Aura rings. So they are like in the techie health tech space. So I've been using it for 4 years-ish. So far, so good, if you know what I mean. So basically, what you do in the morning, you stick the thermometer in your mouth, you put into the app your temperature. You can also do LH test, which is your luteinizing hormone. When your luteinizing hormone is increased, this is ovulation. When you pee on this stick, it'll say, yes, you're ovulating. And then you put that into the app. And then when you have your period, you put that into the app, and it gives you your rough cycle. Obviously, you have to do it, 4 months or whatever for it to learn it. And basically, it gives you red days where you should be using an alternative form of contraception, and green days where you're good to go, basically. So, enjoy that. But yeah, I find it really good. This isn't really reliable when your cycle's not predictable. Yes, exactly. So that's the other thing. Obviously, if you have got PCOS or your cycles aren't regular, it's probably not the best way to go. But things like making sure that you are doing all this hormonal stuff as best as possible, decreasing stress, which Katie is not very good at, to be honest. She's just got a stressful life. But that would help. Vasectomy, yes. I mean, why should we do all the work, eh? People will be sending you, no, I'm not taking on any babies, Katie. I think, it's not for me. Use the app, blame them, send them to America. Sure America would welcome some British babies. Okay, anything else, guys? Hope that's helped. And also, if you want a code, I've got a referral code. I'm not one of those people, but if you want some money off, let me know. I'll send you the code. Even if you want to try it, test it out. Vicky, I'm loving your dog. So cute, little puppy. Good day. All righty, guys. Well, I guess that's it. Let me know if you've got any questions. Thank you for joining me. Hope you found this super, super interesting. Like the most invigorating thing you've ever learned in your whole life about your body, all wrapped up in less than an hour. There you go. Have a good night or afternoon, guys, and we'll speak to you soon.